Hello dear NET and SET exam aspirants. Today I am going to explain how to clear NET and SET in the very first attempt and how to make notes and how to make use of the internet resources we have. Okay, here we go. First, what literature is. Okay, so in the first and foremost thing is you have to remember the few points, like whenever you are preparing for NET and SET exam, because it's like an ocean. You can't finish it out within the span of 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, because it's like an ocean. So what you have to do is you have to remember what to read and what to skip. Okay, that's the first and foremost thing. And after that, the way that how we need to make notes. Okay, here we go with literature. So literature is basically classified into 4 types, which is also known as genres of literature. They are poetry, drama, fiction and non-fiction. Okay, in the poetry, so how poetry is written? It is written in the form of lines. Okay, so these lines are further classified into foot, feet, meter, rhyme, pentameter, okay, iambic pentameter. Okay, after that, like stress, syllables, okay, like that. So you have to know all these things, and after that, if you go for furtherly the classification of poetry, like lyrical poetry, dramatic poetry or narrative poetry. Okay, and after that, what are the example of it, like whether they are odes, okay, elegy, sonnets, okay, like after that, that narrative, whether it is soliloquy or dramatic or narrative. Okay, you have to remember like that. And if there are special terms like haiku, you have to remember that one as well. And this poetry has also got the rhyme scheme. Okay, like a b c d c d, like that. So rhyme scheme, okay, the devices that are used in. Okay, so if you take poetry, you have to prepare like this and you have to make notes like that. Okay, and after that, what is the thing, if we step into drama, which is also known as, okay, we know very well about how drama is written in terms of poetry. So there is you can say it can be written in the form of fixed lines, like 2 lines, 4 lines or stanzas. But when it comes to drama, there is no fixed standard for it. You can write in any. So in this you can find out novels, short stories, novellas. Okay, so there are more, and after that it is furtherly classified into, see, you know very well about drama. So what is drama about? It's all about comedy, tragedy, satire, okay, romance. So and if you wanted to go furtherly, you can also go for some kind of classification. Okay, so novels, how the novels are written, and like, okay, and after this, fiction means an imaginary or fictitious thing, which means which has not happened in our daily life. And after that, you can also go for some examples of it, like folklore, fables, okay, science fiction, realistic fiction. And after that, what is, it's non-fiction. In the non-fiction, which means which happen in our daily life, which means simply it is real. Okay, so the real. So what are they? They are biography, autobiography, journals, periodicals. So this is how the genres of literature, simply how the literature is classified into. And after that, what we need to do? So after knowing all these things, like first literature, genres of literature, and then literary dividers, you need to know about some important, like what is epic, what is elegy, what is assonance, okay, what is lyrical poetry, dramatic poetry. And after this, some special words, free verse, blank verse, okay, some special terms like protagonist, hamartia. Okay, and after this you go for like kitchen sink drama, some special terms coined by some authors like stream of consciousness, okay, negative capability, the lost generation, okay, gothic novel, epistolary novel, epic, mock epic. Okay, these are the things, like if you remember all these things, like figures of speech as well as prosody, then it will be very easier for us to learn, like especially when we are going through the literary part. Okay, what after this, after knowing all these literary devices, now step into the types of literature, like British literature, American literature, Canadian literature, African literature, Indian literature. Okay, in this, so British English is considered to be the mother of all literatures. So firstly, British literature, you need not go for like Anglo-Frisian, Anglo-Saxon age, or you can start it off with Beowulf and then like, okay, here you have to remember age wise like that. So Chaucerian age, like when it has got started off, like 13th to 14th century, the revival of literature, and then the Renaissance. Okay, and after that the Jacobean period, Cavalier poets. Okay, there are some, like after Renaissance, like how it is classified into, and who are the famous personalities in this literature. And after that you can also go for Victorian era, modern era, postmodern era. Okay, you have to divide literature based on that. Okay, and in that if you take the example of any author or any poet or any dramatist, you have to see, if you take 13th century, or the famous dramatists, poets, okay, and authors who are part of this century, and did they invent any, did they use or did they coin any special terms, or from where they have taken reference. Okay, who influenced them, by whom were they influenced, what are their rhyme scheme, who patronized them. Apart from this, there are some special things about them, like what are the awards and rewards and the prizes they are conferred with. Okay, and after this you can also see, like have they written anything on if a person deceased, like elegy, pastoral elegy, like that. Okay, and who were backed up by whom, and like were they part of any literary movements like Cavalier period, Jacobean period, university wits. Okay, you have to remember like that. And after this, what are the things, like if he has written any book or any writings, like you have to remember, like in how many volumes, it has got published. Okay, and like that. So if he has deceased, then who continued it, and in how many volumes they had got published, and whether they have given counter to any other contemporaries. And then after this, like we are done with the biography, like simply the alma mater, and you have to remember the alma mater of the particular author, and like who are his contemporaries. So this is a small introduction about them. And after this, what you have to remember, like if you go for after these writings, that age wise, class wise, like post literary theory. So if you take literary theory, you can start with Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, and then like Virgil, Horace. Okay, like what are the specific writings, and Bharata, Natya Shastra, like poetics. Okay, Longinus, the sublime theory of sublime. And after this, literary criticism, and who are the famous famous personalities in the literary criticism. Okay, you have to remember their names, and you have to remember some literary movements. Okay, the neoclassicism, humanism, new humanism, lost generation, like the stream of consciousness, the special terms which were coined by them, negative capability as well. Okay, and after this, the feminism and Virginia Woolf. Okay, there are some famous feminists at that time, and what are the importances of like special inventions of the Magna Carta of English, what was happened after the introduction of printing press, and like invention of Bible, and how it has got developed, and who are the famous personalities, and like are there any persons like who coined special terms. Okay, you have to remember like that. And after this, what you have to remember, like literary criticism, like who are the contemporaries of the particular area. So Jacques Derrida, Jacques Lacan. Okay, you can remember so many persons like the DJ Rossetti. Okay, like if you go for so many authors, like Indian authors, Canadian authors, like Margaret Atwood. Okay, Chinua Achebe, and then like you have to remember so many authors and writers names at that particular era. And after this, what are the things left out? And when it comes to some newly added syllabus, in which you are going to learn like the MLA pattern, the index, like like this one, especially techniques, research techniques and research methodologies. After methodologies, what you have to remember, this one, newly added cultural studies. Okay, how it has got evolved. Okay, hegemony, the concept of hegemony, like special terms which were coined by them. And after this, there are some special emphasis on newly teaching methodologies, you have to remember cognitive theory and behavioral theory. Okay, Sigmund finds suggestions to how to remember all these things, sigma factor, so there are so many things that are needed to be remembered in order to prepare. And after this, how you need to make notes of it, like how to use the internet extensively, like e-notes, sparks notes. Okay, and this is just an introduction, and to be honest, it takes 1 or 2 hours to just give the introduction about how to prepare and how to make notes of net and set. Okay, so after this you have to analyze and scrutinize the previous year's paper, and you have to, because there are only a few questions which are hardly going to be repeated in net and set, so you must remember them, it is not going to be repeated. Okay, and after that, making notes of on your own, that's going to be the best thing, and revision is the key which decides your success. Okay, so these are the simple techniques, and after this I am going to explain starting from the 13th to 14th century and the postmodern era, literary theory, literary criticism. Okay, regarding the biography of the particular author and the movements and each and everything. Okay, so this is just an introduction, and I will explain each and everything in the next video. So thank you, and I wish you a very good luck for your exams.